right, so we're going to talk about navigation, nothing too out of the ordinary, just kind of discussing where everything is going to be laid out. So once you come to the home page, obviously there is some stuff linked on the home page itself. There is going to be some links over here on the left-hand side. Some of them you will see and some of them you will not. Obviously from my view right now, I have some of them hidden. I do not have the assignments link open because everything is going to be linked through the modules. So up here at the top, obviously I have the modules link, same thing as the modules link here, it just takes you directly to where everything is listed. I have a link to Delta Math, quizzes, EDIA. There will be a glossary. So if at any point, if you are not understanding a vocabulary word or anything that we're doing, there is a glossary that you can go and look stuff up, and it's going to have all of that information there for you. There's a link to Desmos, that is the Desmos NC version. And then there is going to be a Q&A document. Now this Q&A document is where anybody can come in here. You can ask a question. Now remember, everybody can see this. So you can put the date, put the question, and I'll put my response right here. If there's anything you want to ask me in private, obviously you can send me an email or send me a remind message once you've signed up for that. So that will always be there. There also is going to be a digital notebook link. So this digital notebook link, everything that I do in this class will be on my iPad so that I can save the notes as I'm recording the video. So as I'm making these notes, it will all be in this notebook that's going to be linked online so that you can always go back and reference anything that I'm doing in the video. You can print from here if you want to. It's completely up to you how you want to use this notebook as a reference tool, but it will always have the notes that I do and have it linked. Also, I have links to Unit 1, Unit 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Those will link directly to modules when you click them. However, not everything will be published all at one time. And then, of course, I've got a link to my email if you need to email me. So when you start your week, you will come right here. It'll have the most recent announcement. It'll talk about what's going to be due, what's expected, pacing, all that stuff. So please check that often, okay? So when you come in, it'll have, I think, the most recent 2 announcements so that you can look back on that. Also, over here on the inbox, now I do not use this as much, and I only don't use it because, honestly, students don't check it. So this inbox is where you can send me a message if you want to through Canvas. However, I will have my email available for you to email me, and we will have the remind set up once you go through the orientation module where you can message me there privately or anything you want to as well. So once I click the modules link, you're going to come up here so we have some general information. So I have office hours Mondays 5 to 6. If you want to attend those office hours, you can attend at any point, but I just want to like to know who's going to be there. So I have it set up so that you can click here and just let me know what you're signing up. Even if you can't attend on Mondays from 5 to 6 and you want to set up a different time, go to that link and let me know and fill that out so that I can set up and get in contact with you. Now there will be a link to Google Meet, which is how I'm going to do my office hours. So we can meet through Google. Everybody's got a school email, so that should be easy. You don't have to sign up for any accounts. Now, once you start, you will have the orientation. Now, if you look right here, it says complete all items. So you're going to go through, you're going to read the information. Some say mark done, so there will be a mark done button at the top. And then if it says activity required, that means you need to do something. So all of these that say activity required, that's something you're going to be working on. Even if it's not an activity like this one right here is actually the video I'm recording about where stuff is going to be located, you just still need to mark it done to show that you've been and you've gone through it. And you have to go through these in order, okay? So update your notifications. So you're going to go through the orientation stuff just to kind of continue to figure out how things are laid out. Talks about announcements, Canvas inbox, calendar, turning in assignments, and then there's a discussion board. So obviously that says activity required out of 100 points. So you've got to just contribute to that. And then, of course, there's some helpful tools. This one right here, these helpful tools, I very highly recommend downloading one of these because when you submit work to me, so like if I give you an assignment and I say this section requires you to show your work, you're going to need to write your work on a piece of paper and you're going to need to take a picture of it and send it to me. Now, a lot of times students will take a picture and I can't see it, so I can't actually grade it. So these scanners will scan your document and kind of turn into a PDF that makes it more readable for me. So then I don't have to come back to you and be like, hey, I need you to scan this again, and hopefully you haven't already thrown it away. So you'll go through these. These are sign-up tools. And then the way that the units are going to start. So at the top, there's always going to be like an overview. It's going to talk about what we're doing in that unit. So as you can see, these are going to be our topics. These are standards and, of course, some vocabulary for you to understand. And then from there, so this is Unit 1, Lesson 1. So U1, L1 stands for Unit 1, Lesson 1. It's going to be quadratic, so this is my header. There will be a spot where you can print notes, so all you have to do is click that if you have a printer and you want to print the notes so you can actually write the notes and keep a notebook for yourself, or you can use the digital notebook. It's completely up to you, but I do highly recommend that in your learning process that you are actually able to write it down as we go through them. Now, most lessons will have a play pause it video. Now, sometimes those videos may be longer than others just because some topics are longer than others, but that play pause it video will need to be a completion. So I will give a grade on those. So make sure that you are actually paying attention and answering the questions. And if at any point you're ever confused about something in the video, like if it pops up a question and you're not quite sure, please send me a message. I'll be more than happy to get back to you. You can always go back to it. And then, of course, I already have the other units up, but there's nothing in those units. As we go through, I'll open up 1 week at a time. If you are ahead and you want me to open up more stuff, if I have it available already, I'll be happy to do that as long as I can go and review that you've already completed the previous assignments successfully. So just keep that in mind. I will have the announcements turned back on. The other option is looking at grades. Everything will be housed in Canvas and you'll be able to see everything in modules as it should be listed. However, on the side, you have multiple ways that you can get to your grades, but the main link that you're going to have is once you're in Canvas, you're going to click to grades. Now, obviously, there's not going to be anything here right now, but you'll have your stuff, and it'll look a little bit different. Obviously, this is the teacher side of it, but you'll be able to look at any grade that's been put in through Canvas. However, even though you'll be able to look at your grades and any feedback on those assignments, your accurate grade will be through Infinite Canvas. So I will have grades put in through Canvas, and I will have to put in grades through Infinite Canvas. So your accurate grade, okay, it's going to be close, but your accurate grade is going to be in Infinite Canvas. Okay, so make sure we understand that. You can see the assignments and the feedback through Canvas itself, but your accurate grade will always be in Infinite Canvas. But when you come here, make sure you go and check out the feedback and checking your grades so that you can kind of understand how everything is laid out, because I will be giving feedback. Okay, this is not just submit your assignment, I check off that you did the assignment. Like, I'm going to be taking your assignments and the work that you submit, I'm going to be looking over it, giving feedback to it, and submitting it. Now, one thing I do want to talk about as far as feedback goes and being an online course. Obviously, when I teach something, I can teach it and give multiple methods, and they may be methods that you don't understand. Now, I'm fully aware that there are multitude. Now, I'm fully aware there's a multitude of digital AIs, all that kind of stuff out there, apps, whatever it may be. If you choose to use something like that to help you learn how to do something that you may not understand from me, that is fine. I'm all about using resources that you have to you. However, if I get an assignment that shows a method that was used other than what I taught, I will ask you to meet with me and to print prove to me that you know how to do that method and it wasn't just a I scanned this or I used this to get the answers but didn't actually learn the process. So I'm all about using technology, but you have to learn the process that you used. So again, this is you learning and this is you self-pacing yourself to get and learn through this course. So if you use tools, that's fine, but you've got to be able to show me that you actually learned the material other than what I showed you. Okay. Now, if there is anything that you have questions about as far as how anything is going to be laid out here, but make sure you pay attention if it says activity required. When we get to an assignment, I will, when I list an assignment here, I'll tell you that work is required. I will give details about the work. Everything will be listed in sequential order, and that needs to be, you need to pay attention to that, and you will have to complete it before you can go to the next. So you have to keep up with what you are doing and completing your assignments. Okay. Again, have any questions, please send me an email, send me a message through the inbox, whatever you need to do to get in contact with me. Send me a remind message once you've signed up through here. But I'm here to help in any way that you need it.